Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I am Femisowole, Fab Daddy. We have a guest in the house today. You can see my daughter is here, Aanutemi, and we will be making this video together. If you are on this show for the first time, welcome, and if this is not your first time here, welcome back. Today we will be talking about a very juicy story that my wife must not hear, I beg. My wife and I were already in a relationship for 2 years plus before we went for service. And prior to the service here, we saw each other, I think, every day, almost every day. Because her house and my house were beside each other. So there was no excuse not to see each other every day. We went to the same church, the same school, we were in the same college. So most times we go to school together, we come back from school together, sometimes we cook together, we hang out together, we did almost everything together. Apart from so we already formed a bond, seeing someone every day for more than 2 years, for more than 3 years before, because we were friends before we started dating. So seeing someone every day forms a bond. The person becomes very, very close and attached to you. So the love was very strong. At the time, whenever we had relationship issues, quarrels, disagreements, and all of that, it was very easy to resolve. Because someone you see every day, you just find a way to resolve differences. You find a way to settle fights, settle quarrel, and all of that. So we didn't have to quarrel for long. In those 2 years, in those 3 years, we did not have any big fights. We did not have there was no major incidents, there was no, so everything was cool and the love was very strong. The bond was very strong. Then came service here. So we made plans that I was posted to Plateau State in the north and my wife was posted to Abia State in the east. So we made plans that it won't be nice for the relationship to go a whole year without seeing ourselves, just talk on the phone, Having spent about 3 years seeing somebody almost every day, then you go a whole year without seeing the person, it won't work for us. So we just came up with the plan that along the line, she would travel down to, I think the plan went both ways, that she would travel down to Plateau State, to hang out, to see each other, spend time together for maybe a week. Then after that, I'll find time to also travel to Abia State, just explore the city and be together, all of that. Those lovey-dovey plans and everything. So we made plans and at the time, we thought it would work out. Yes, we thought it would work out. But life had other plans for us. Yeah. So service year started and the first 3 weeks, what's it called? Orientation, that 3 weeks, So the first 3 weeks, I think orientation camp or something. Man, the fight that we did not have in 3 years, we had it in 3 weeks. I can't go into the nature of that fight because, of course, it involved someone else. Not relationship, not infidelity, not nothing, but it involved someone else. And we had a very big fight, and that fight changed a lot of things. The issue couldn't have been resolved easily because we're used to seeing ourselves every day. We're used to resolving issues, resolving quarrels, seeing ourselves, but because we're far apart, this particular one wasn't easy to resolve, and I don't know how to describe that. So that was the beginning of our relationship problem during NYC. So we're still patching and managing the relationship. When you're patching something, there were scars all over because we did not resolve that particular issue. But we're just managing since we're in a relationship. So we'll find something to do. Then, I think about 2 months into service here, we had another big fight, even bigger than the first fight. This fight was something that I couldn't, even if I was pretty sure that even if we saw ourselves at the time, it won't be easy to resolve because it went deep. It hit me really, really deep, and man, it changed a lot of things about me. It really did. It really did. It changed how I saw the relationship. It just felt like I was dealing with a different person. If you've been in that kind of situation where you have a school relationship, then you go home for break, there are some fights that will happen. If you've been in long distance relationship, I think you understand what I'm talking about. So because of that distance, a lot of things just started happening that it changed the dynamics of the relationship. It just changed a lot of things about the relationship that when that second fight happened, I think that was the point. I think that's the first and only time I gave up on the relationship. That no, I can't do this. There are some flags you see. People will say yellow flag. When you're playing football, they first give you yellow card before red card. You see some yellow flags, you still feel okay, I can manage this, okay. I don't like this, but I can manage. But when you see red flag, that's when people tell you to run. This one was like a very big red flag. It is like a footballer collecting 2 or 3 red cards at the same time. It was a very big red flag, and I just gave up on the relationship that no, I couldn't do this. But because of the kind of person I was, the relationship couldn't, I couldn't come to end the relationship over the phone. I wanted us to wait till the next time we'll see each other, then let me just pour it on the ground. Let me pour it on the ground and we pick again. I was done at the point. I was done with the relationship, but it wasn't official. It wasn't official. I was just holding on till maybe after service here, then we'll end it officially. So from that point onward, we barely spoke. Maybe once in a month, once in 2 months. And what do we talk about? How are you? What's up? Hope you are good. Okay, bye. That was all. So we barely spoke. So that kind of made me open up myself to be available for a new relationship. Let me just put it that way. So on this fateful day, I went for CDS and I met this beautiful lady. Let me not use a lot of adjectives. So my wife won't send me out of the house. So I met this beautiful lady, and we just started speaking. We vibed really well. We picked up the same interest in some areas. So it was easy to relate with her. I think for the first time in my life, I did not carry the tag of being in a relationship. I just removed that tag. For people that know me, even when I was in the world, if I'm in a relationship and I want to do extracurricular activities, I will let the person know that see I'm in a relationship. So anything we want to do is just extracurricular activities. I'm in a relationship, I have a girlfriend. But for the first time in my life, I put myself as someone who was not in a relationship because I was done, though it wasn't official. So me and this lady, from the vibe, we started growing, we started spending time together. And when you start spending quality time with someone of the opposite sex, there's tendency that you start having feelings for the person, especially when the person starts to mark all your boxes. And it was just because we were together. That was just it. I started enjoying, we started doing things together. I would go to the market together, I started cooking together, I started going for CDs together. What I enjoyed in school, in my relationship, because we went to classes together, I went to fellowship together, we cooked together. I'm now doing the same thing. Cooking together, going out together, going to the market together. So I was enjoying that quality time. I don't know if the case would have been different if we did not have those fights that we had, if we didn't have issues. I don't know if it would have been different. And I don't know if she asked specifically, but I said I wasn't in a relationship because in my heart I wasn't in a relationship, even though it wasn't official. I'm hammering even though it wasn't official. So I started having a different picture of my future, sort of. I started having a different relationship picture since I have substituted people in my mind. Since in my mind I was done with the old relationship, I now had a new relationship, So I started having a different picture of things to do. When we are done with service here, this is what we'll do, this is how we'll go about it, and all of that, New plans just came up. And along the line, I was still in touch, or weren't really speaking to, but with my wife at the time, my girlfriend at the time, my ex-girlfriend at the time. Hey, Jesus Christ. Alright, it was already covered by my ex-girlfriend at the time. So just how are you? What's up? Hope you're fine. Bye bye. That was all. But me that I was enjoying my life. Fast forward to after service here. Yes, it was time to go for the big meeting with my ex. It was time to go for the big meeting. It's like when you want to ask someone out, you prepare a speech, okay, this is how we enter into our, the pickup lines, this is what I will say, this is how I will behave, you've already done rehearsal on what you're going to say and how you're going to do it. I did the same thing. This one is not pickup line, this one is breakup line, yes, breakup line. I'll just change it forward and say, I can't do this no more. I mean, they make references to the fight that happened for the first time. I think that was the first time we really thought of resolving that particular issue. After how many months? 10 months, 12 months. For me, it was late. I was done. Let's just end everything. Let me move on with the new love of my life. Yeah, so when we got to the meeting, well, let me just say things did not go as I had planned. It didn't go as I had planned. So things changed. And I had to go back to my ex. So things changed, and the discussion, I don't want to say meeting. So the discussion we had, took a different turn. I think that we resolved the two issues. That was when I discovered that the problem was just the distance. It wasn't because I changed, it wasn't because she changed, it was just the distance. That was the first time in 3 years that we would be apart for a long time. So I feel that was bound to happen. So to God be the glory, we resolved our differences and I went back to my first love. So with that, we come to the end of today's video. If you haven't subscribed, please do want to click on the subscribe button. Also click on the notification bell beside so that you get notified whenever we drop new videos. Until next time, it go be.